You know, it just takes three ways, three steps to a breakthrough. The three ways you get a breakthrough and you shift on to your best life. Number one, it starts with your strategy. You gotta find a strategy that works. If something's not working and you keep doing it again and again and again, guess what? Einstein and many others call that insanity. Doing the same thing again and again and expecting another result. So the first thing you gotta do to shift on to a breakthrough and to become a champion is you got to go ahead and find a strategy that works. If there's something that you want, somebody out there that already has attained it on the highest level possible. Don't be looking for low level grades. A lot of people have to make this mistake. They're like, well, let me find something that's really close and no, find the absolute best, the leader in whatever you're looking at, and go study that leader. Go study their strategy. Take that strategy. What's a strategy? It's like a recipe. If I have this recipe, I can create this cake. I can create this thing. I just follow, I put it in, and I get the same result. Similar, right? It's like no matter how many times, no matter who else does it, if they follow the recipe correctly, they should get a similar result or pretty close, right? So number one is get that strategy that's going to work for you. And stop wasting your time on strategies and trying to reinvent the wheel and trying to figure it all out. People have done it in most cases. Go study them. You have a gift. It's called, technology. It's called social media, right? Go use it and learn from the best. So number one, to shift on and to break through and to become the champion of whatever you're looking to master, whatever field you want to become great in and become a leader, the way you shift on to that is get that winning strategy. Number two, you gotta go and get a winning story. A person who becomes a champion has a different story than a person who's a loser. And when I say loser, I don't mean it in a negative way, judging anybody. I'm saying, not winning in what they want, not succeeding. And there's a story behind every single experience we have in life. We give things meaning. We focus on certain things. We ask certain questions that lead us to a certain path that either serves us or takes us away from what we truly want. So very essential, very important to shift on and break through and become that champion is to have a story that serves you. Maybe you might want to start believing that life truly happens for you. Every struggle, every challenge. You may not wish it on anybody. You wouldn't even want to wish it on yourself or even your enemies or anybody, right? But honestly, would you be who you are if not for your struggles? If not for your ability to go and surmount challenge after challenge after challenge and go greater and become greater through whatever you've been through. So that story of yours has to change for you to shift on and for you to become a champion and for you to break through. So you have to change the story from one of limitations to one of limitless potential. You have to change the story from victimhood to basically life being there serving you to become stronger, to become better, to find ways to serve others because you've been through hell and back and you've had your bumps and your challenges. So change your story and take everything in your life that hasn't been the way you wanted and use it to serve you. Use it to build momentum. use it to get motivated to work even harder and really build that potential. So you got strategy, you got story to shift on. The final thing, and probably the most important, by the way, strategy and state, strategy and story are, go from, basically strategy is important, it's essential, but that's not as important as your story, right? So story is way more important to really get that breakthrough. The final and the most important thing that will really make the difference in whether or not you break through is your state. What is your state? What's your energy? How do you feel? What's the emotional description truly of where you are? Because getting yourself into a peak state is what you need to get the breakthrough. You need to be energized. You need to be motivated. Think about yourself. Think about your life. Think about those moments or days or times in your life where you were energized, where you were in love, where you had passion, where you couldn't wait to jump out of bed, even if you have to go to your childhood or decades back, wherever. There has to have been a time when you were way more motivated than maybe now are, or maybe than you've been. And when were you in that? When you were in that peak state, you were unstoppable. You could go through a wall. You could surmount any challenge and go and really just like explode, right? So to really shift on and to become a champion, you have to get back to that beautiful peak state, and you got to build momentum. And how do you build momentum? How do you get to your best state? How do you build that energy level? First of all, you got to focus on what you want. Stop focusing on what you don't want. Stop focusing on the news. Stop focusing on things you don't control. Stop focusing on your past. Stop focusing on who may have harmed you or victimhood or all that. Stop focusing on your disappointment. Stop focusing on your failure. Stop. Start focusing on what you want. Start looking and visualizing towards your future and believing in it. Start living your future today. How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you think? How would you react? How would you act? How would you take everything if you knew you would get the best year of your life? Maybe start from backwards, right? Maybe start and pretend now this is the best year of your life. You're 12 months later. And now go reverse. For the best year of your life, what would have to happen for you physically, spiritually, emotionally, romantically, financially, all regards? And go reverse, and then go take your life and go after it. So get yourself into that state of focusing on what you truly want, and seeing it and feeling it and smelling it and tasting it and getting energized, okay? So focus. The other part is the meaning. You gotta change that meaning so you can get into the right state. What does that mean, right? No pun intended. What does that mean to get the right meaning? Meaning, again, you have to go and find everything in your life and make it something that serves you. Ask yourself better questions. How does this serve me? How can I take this to help myself and others? How has this experience been something monumental to my growth and made me so wealthy with knowledge that I would never have without it? And basically, you have to go and change that meaning. And the other part is you gotta be careful with the words you use. That's so important. A lot of times we say things to others and we say things to ourselves, and there's words that are used. Get something clear. The words that you use to describe yourself, the names you give yourself, even if it's in a joking manner, even if you just say it nonchalantly, your subconscious registers that, and you start becoming what you keep telling yourself. Especially if there's emotion, especially if you start believing it. So you gotta start using words that serve you and your growth and your breakthrough and your ability to shift on. So that means you gotta use words of, I'm a champion, I got this, I can really be my best. Like use words. You know, if there's certain things you want to become in certain fields, or you're looking to become a doctor, you're working towards that, whatever. Like, start using words that serve you. Give yourself names that serve you. Use names that are constructive. Use names, say, I am the warrior king. I am the magician. I make things magically happen for the world, for people, whatever. I am the king of happiness, right? I am the whatever. Like, be exciting. Make it really like crazy and wild and really emotional. And that's the third thing. And when you have that, right, you get into the right state. And the fastest way, by the way, I'm using a lot of words repetitively, right? But the best step to get to this is to basically, through your body, to use your body. You know, think about it. What's the fastest way for someone to change their state? Give them some alcohol, right? For better or for worse, depending on what's inside, depending on what's brewing inside them, depending on how much they have and their tolerance. People, their state will change right away. Some people will become relaxed. Some people become crazy. Some people will wild. But their state will change because there's a physical biochemical change. So I'm saying you don't need drugs or alcohol. You can change your state by using your body. Motion is emotion. Get up, move, dance, you know, get excited, go out and really energize yourself. And that will bring you to the right state. Like, if you've heard me on WhatsApp, you know, when I have different messages there, and you've heard me otherwise, or sometimes people say, hey, your messages weren't so clear, I heard background noise, there was noise in the background, and I understand that. But the thing is, when I'm walking and I'm in motion, I start to feel in a totally different state, and ideas come and flow much more comprehensively and much more deeply, and I start to really flow with just awesomeness, I believe. And that's why I recorded. Boom, I have it here, I'm recording it. I'm not going to wait. No delays, no procrastination, no later, no tomorrow, right now. So what I'm saying is, motion creates emotion. So to really get into that state, you also have to move your body. Start exercising, join a gym, start walking a lot. The time of year is perfect right now to do long walks. You know, I do a lot of walking, and you should too. You know, go for runs, put on some music, jump up and down, get excited, move your body. That will change your state. So using that with the focus, the meaning, the language, and the body will get you into that beautiful state. Okay, so to shift on and to get into the best state of your life, go ahead and get that winning champion strategy. Go ahead and get that story of a champion. You know, change your story to be that way. You know, as Tony Robbins says, change your story, change your life. So definitely get that winning story, change it around, change the script. You are the producer, you are the author, you are the main actor, you are not an extra. So go ahead and get that winning story. And then finally, get yourself into the peak state and stay there. Stay there consistently, meaning every time, move your body. If you're feeling a little down, get up, go for a walk. Just put on music right there. Start jumping up and down for 5 minutes. I guarantee you're going to be in a different state. So always maintain that state. And by doing that, you'll be able to shift on, and you'll be able to break through whatever limitations you've had. And you'll be able, what's a breakthrough, by the way? It's taking the impossible and making it possible. So you'll be able to break through, and you'll be able to be the champion that you are and you deserve. Always remember to shift on with Shift On. Sending you love.